Hello and welcome back to Betrayal on the Trail. When we last saw our heroes, they'd arrived at the tavern Jan and Nelavir had told them to meet her at, only to find out they would not be negotiating with her, and would be meeting her brother and mayor of the city of Kaliana, Aldrin Nelavir. Aldrin let Marie know he had already looked into her situation, and found out her mother had some kind of mind-blank-like spell on her, and he was willing to use his resources to head a search for her missing family, for the price of 6,000 gold pieces. Or, if they couldn't pay, they could always do odd jobs for him. Marie was very against this deal, and decided she would prefer to look into things without his help, so Aldrin set his sights on Free instead, informing him that he could give him the answer to a question eating away at him for 100 gold pieces. Free accepted the offer and learned a few facts in exchange. His clan had something the paladins of the Order of Serenity needed, and there were no survivors. Aldrin also offered to help the party find the tomb of Davrin Thurowax the next day, as a goodwill gesture, then left the party to the rest of their evening. And that is where we shall continue the adventure. Make your way back over to the tavern that you were originally staying in, the Morning Dew. Each pay, go return to the rooms that you all had the night before, and is there anything anyone wants to do before I progress to the next day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh god.
Sorry, Marie?
Night operation.
No, you can go first if you like.
Okay. I'm gonna wait until a bit later. I come out from under the bed where I sleep. Go out into the corridor and knock on Three's door.
Come in.
I'll probably see them in the corridor, and Cabal's going in. I'll just be like, okay, no, he's fine. I'll just leave him to it.
I'll come in and I'm going to just sit down in front of the door, just sort of squat in a sort of a comfortable way, and I'd be like, "Were you asleep?"
Three would be kind of sat up writing in his book, in the parchment he bought. No. Oh, sorry, your gold. Yes, and Three would go and collect out 10 gold pieces from his gold and kind of sheepishly hand it over to Cabal.
I'll shake my head, just be like, I'm not here for the gold, as I take it. And drop it. And I would look at him and say, "Have I told you about my father?"
No.
He was a paladin in the Order of Serenity. Sir Geoffrey Baldwin. He told me found me at the mouth of the sewers one day. It's obviously a lie. He raised me, but rare visits. I learned a lot of Eldath and the good in the world, while not seeing a great deal of it. He got killed in the end by some bandits. A glorious career, but ended shivved in a ditch outside of a city. I don't know what they did to you. You don't have to tell me now or ever. But I will be here to listen when you do. I'll stand up And just before I open the door to go, I'll just turn around and say, "If you tell the mannequin about this, I will kill you."
I think 3 would catch his arm before he got to the door and just hug him, but wouldn't say anything.
Oh, Cabal stands rigid, every muscle tensed. Just like this horrible block of fibrous fucking crocodile. And will enjoy it nonetheless and never admit that to a living soul, not even himself. And will then go to bed.
Beautiful, yeah. Marie, what adventures are you sneaking off to partake in?
I'll honestly see, like, that Cabal is going to go and talk to 3. And I'll be like, "Oh, it's alright, he's been seen to, it's fine. It's fine, I'll just leave him to it. He probably only needs one person. A big group is probably a bad idea because, like, it stops the people from opening up a whole lot, but I know I'll get inside." And I'll just start kind of, like, I'll pull out a bit of wax that I probably maybe stole from the sculptor, or just to kind of practice. I'm going to attempt to make a tiny Cabal action figure.
Yeah, amazing.
Like a tiny little kind of, like, maybe, like, I don't know, like this big, out of wax.
Yeah. Make a roll, either like performance or sleight of hand, because it's very interesting.
I'm better with sleight of hand.
I'll let you do it with
Yeah,
that.
like I'm like, we're talking detail, and like I'm probably may take me a couple of hours.
Yeah.
That's 18 plus. Yeah, proficiency. So yeah, that's 18.
Yeah. Amazing. So make something that is pretty much as close to the thing. Obviously taking a few, artistic liberty, the size and stuff like that, and also to make him look like a cool action figure rather than a large crocodile man.
Yeah, it's posable joints.
Yeah, exactly. Different, like, interchangeable hands for different poses. It's the whole
real
deal.
trench coat stink. Flashing LED stuff.
It's scratch and sniff as well. You finally made the dream come true. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'll just kind of like pocket that, and I'll just be like, "It's good, okay." And I'll probably stare at the ceiling for a while.
This is the most emotionally draining session. If that's everything, night passes, morning comes, light kind of coming through all of your windows, waking you up. You each make your way downstairs, meeting at the same table or wherever you met the day before. What would you like to do?
As we're eating breakfast, we're going to the academy. I just want to quickly say, like, oh, I've been thinking if we're heading to the academy, 3, your the arcane talents that Ms. Plum and Ms. Gronwy and myself have are clearly on display, but yours are more martial, if I am to understand. I think I have a way to help you blend in. And I'm going to take out from my trench coat the wizard's outfit that I stole from the dress-up box in the Fear and Glaive museum gift shop, and hand it over with an insistent look.
Through probably without breaking eye contact from Cabal, just kind of take the outfit and just kind of slowly put it on.
It fits perfectly.
Of course.
Yeah.
Is it the same outfit that the mannequin that
Yep. And she is sat right next to you, beaming right now.
To finally break eye contact with Cabal, look down at it, and then look across at Fakrin and just kind of smile awkwardly at her.
Twinsies! Maybe
Yep.
next we can do each other's hair, although that you've got a lot more for me to do than I have for you to do, but it'll be a bonding experience.
Mannequin, are they going to recognize you in this place?
Oh yes. I'm very important to the arcane community.
Right, okay. Gang, do we think this is a good or a bad thing? Because honestly, the needle could go either way. It depends on their reaction, I suppose. I'm just concerned that they're going to see someone who is, and I beg your pardon, not Faerun Gladeweaver, rock up and be all like, hey, it's me. You know, they might immediately think, oh, this is trick or assault.
I suspect
Yeah.
they'd be interested above all things, don't you think? I mean, they're scholars.
I mean, my issue is that, yeah, if that is the case, then, I mean, God forbid it, but I'm starting to become attached to this. Oh,
Yeah.
don't look at me like that.
We don't want them to, like, take her.
I don't want him to take her apart or nothing. Like,
Maybe they can give me a real body.
Yeah, sure. And a spaceship. But you are a creation of the greatest wizard of the age.
You're going to stick out like a sore thumb, and it's going to draw attention to us that we might not necessarily want.
Mannequin, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you consider yourself a sentient being, separate from Faerun Gladeweaver?
Well, I'm independent in the form that I don't have any of her memories, and also I've had like 600 years to develop my own brand of personality and all that. So I guess I'm independent.
No, that's fine. It just means if they make some kind of weird kangaroo court, we can argue that, you know, you're a separate person.
You have rights, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Goody.
Androids do dream of the electric sheep.
What sheep? Oh, says 1 minute after making a fucking spaceship joke. Do we take the wagon? It's only a 30-minute walk, but that could mean it could be a 10-minute walk.
Walk might be nice. Good for my joints.
So are you bringing the mannequin?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, but let's get a veil. I'm gonna see. Are there any doilies?
Oh, wait, no,
like,
I bought her that camo cloak. Could we put a camo cloak on her?
My God, you did, yeah.
camo cloak and a baseball cap?
Yeah.
Cool.
She looks very trendy now.
I'll put the doily back under the fruit bowl and take 3 lemons and pocket them.
Cool.
3's gonna look a bit sad now that she's, you know, bonded with him over the matching outfits and then changed outfits.
You've got a baseball cap as well.
Now we're in a scenario where they're going to look at 3 and be like, Faerun Gladeweaver?
I don't think so.
After having your breakfast, you make your way out of the tavern and you begin to make your way out of town. There's a marked path that it cuts through the forest a little bit, but it's all like safely cordoned off. It's a cobblestone path that takes about 30 minutes to go through, and you eventually come into a very large clearing. There is a massive academy before you, all made out of kind of like white marble walls with blue finishes top and all around where all the doors and windows are. You see an Eladrin teaching a girl how to do Cloud of Daggers. The girl kind of like is standing there, swishes her wand, and some daggers kind of like just slowly start rotating in the air, and the Eladrin kind of like knocks aside and is like, no, you have to not only do it, as they say in the book, you have to put your heart into it. And she kind of more elaborately swishes her wand, and daggers start spinning rapidly in the air. No one's taken note of you kind of coming into the area. There is a large main entrance door. It is currently closed. What would you like to do?
Let's go and introduce ourselves. This guy looks like a member of the faculty, or at least someone who knows what's going on.
Yeah.
You make your way over. It's the spring. Ladrin waves off his students like, hello, welcome to the Academy of the String. How can I help you?
We're just visiting. We're a group of spellcasters and a cat. We just sort of wanted to like have a look around and what? That's not offensive, it's just factual.
It's strange because the cat's dressed the most majorly out of all of you. Is that a Faring Gladeweaver cosplay?
3 would just be beaming ear to ear and then kind of turn to Fakrin, remember that she's not wearing the same outfit, and just kind of smile at the Eladrin.
Ral is so close to casting Insect Plague.
So what sort of facilities do you have open to the public? We're just big magic fans.
To the public, we don't have a lot of the like educational sort of thing, but we have magic supplies for spellcasters and the like. We've got a little bit of everything in that field. If there's a component you need, we have it. We can also maybe provide a few spell scrolls if you need it. We have someone that can write them up for you. Potentially even give some of the magic people some spells to copy from some of our personal collections, but of course that will cost a small fee. And we do have a library studying certain magical things in the area. It's not as full as, say, the Ancestral Academy, but we have our pieces. Does any of that sound useful to you? I'll be happy to escort you. My lesson's almost done.
What qualifications do I need to study at your academy?
Just need to have a little bit of Arcana in your heart. Show me, what can you do?
I'm gonna cast Magic Mouth on Three's on Three's baseball cap. If you've got it on.
Three's always got his baseball cap on.
3's probably going to be the most amazed person at this in the room.
Like the cap itself just kind of splits open and just starts like.
That's horrific.
Starts like loudly shouting the Yop song.
Can't give it a good look. Get real close up to Cap and be like, yes, very, very good form as well. A lot of heart into it. A bit lacking on the precision side, but it's very good, very very interesting stuff. Of course, we do have a very stringent method of judging who can and cannot get into our school, but you certainly have the qualifications to give it a good go if you wish.
Yeah, I'm okay, but thank you for for bigging me up. I needed it.
Thank you for doing this. Points to the
So if you are a student at the school, what does that entitle you to?
Well, are you familiar with what we teach here?
Yes, I am actually. I read what I'm assuming was a pamphlet about you specify in the string magic, so to speak.
Very good. Yes. Well,
Correct, yeah.
Our specific principles are marrying both the performative side of magic along with the precision and learning that you need to properly cast a spell. In order to do that, we would give you a private tutor like myself who would do one-to-one sessions with you. We would teach you how to properly get the most out of your magic and also open your eyes to potentially spells that you may not have thought was accessible to yourself, ones that you never even thought could be in your repertoire. We also have a bit of on-the-job training. We help the people of Hagar with any tests and the sort. It's a great way to get combat experience for our pupils. We have a lot of facilities inside that can replicate a lot of different conditions. We have a little bit of everything, essentially.
Do you do kind of investigative work, you know? I don't mean like murder investigations, I mean opposed to just teaching magic, kind of pushing the boundaries of what we understand about magic.
Of course, yeah, well, that is more up to us, the professors of the Academy, but students themselves get involved in their spare time from time to time, but yes, we all have our personal endeavours. I mean, I, for one, am big into researching the Feywild and Shadowfell, so that's my cup of tea.
I studied under someone who studied the Feywild specifically. And this was a while ago.
Very interesting.
But it's a personal interest of mine.
I'm glad to hear it. We do have a few books on the subject in our library if you ever wish to peruse those.
I would love to, yeah. I think we also wanted a consultant about breaking a seal. We don't have the seal with us.
This isn't a crime thing, right? We get a lot of crime things up here.
I mean, it could be, honestly, at this point, but
We're not committing the crimes, just to clarify.
You tried to uncommit a crime.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're okay with that scenario. That's a good scenario.
Yeah. It sounds like a seal that's specifically blocking detect thoughts, although it might be all schools of magic from all spells from that school of magic. We haven't seen the seal in person, but I mean, if we could just talk to someone about it, maybe.
I mean,
Implied it was some kind of mind blank spell.
I've
That sort of thing, it could be either side. It could be, you may need a cleric, that sort of thing, if it were a curse or something. But if it is an average arcane spell, we could potentially find someone in our academy that could help. But of course, without seeing the seal itself, I can't do much more to help.
I mean, is anyone in your academy free enough to have a trip to Plaza?
Plaza? No, my friend. I'm afraid not. We all have our students, unfortunately.
Is there any chance we could bring her here, Marie?
Let's see one.
If you did, we would happily have a look at them. If it's to cure someone, we would do it for no charge, of course, as well.
You could cure this, from what it sounds like, or do you need to?
No
have a look
promises. It depends on. We are a group of very powerful spellcasters, but we from time to time find things that even we can't deal with. If the person that originally placed this ward was more powerful than ourselves, it would require a bit more to remove it.
That in and of itself is important information.
Yeah.
Even a professional diagnosis is helpful because we know what sort of person did it, theoretically. You know,
Yeah.
If it was something that required a cleric, we know that we're dealing with someone who's just using magic.
Yeah. Thanks, Arabelle.
Also, I'm somewhat interested in this whole learn exciting new abilities. Hello. I'm going to very, very quickly wild shape into a swarm of rats and bats, just to be like, see?
Okay. He is going to kind of just step in, have a good look at you, and he's gonna make an Arcana check real fast. Okay. Well, first problem is usually when we introduce people to the school, we like them to either have be kind of the wizarding type who studied a lot of books and has a lot of arcane knowledge, or be of the kind that puts their heart and soul into their performance and knows how to manipulate the arcane strings. what you do is sewer magic, which isn't a bad thing, and I adore it. But what I'm saying is, it would take a bit more time for you than it would these other two. You have a lot of arcane energy within yourself, and it doesn't seem as refined as your two travel companions. Which isn't a problem, but it would just take longer.
I read plenty of books. And Cabal will haughtily turn on his shoulder.
Is that it? Do you need me to show you to any of our facilities? Or...
We go to the library first?
Yeah,
Is that alright, everyone? Sorry, I
Yeah.
want to see the books.
Yeah, no, let's all read the books. I like books too. Maybe we could all have a reading contest.
He takes you through the main doors of the academy. Round the corner, goes through quite a few winding corridors. You pass a few students on their way to their next class. Brings you into a kind of main hall area that is lined with 2 floors of library. Very packed with books, and there are a lot of scholars in here right now, all kind of making their way through these books, reading at different tables. Well, here we are. You are free to read anything in this site that you wish, but to check out a book, that is only something that our students can do, as well, we don't want just strangers going off on an adventure with our books in their bags and, like, dying. It's happened way more than we thought.
What was your name, sorry?
My name is Fanriel.
My name's Arabella Plum. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Arabella.
Marie. I'm Marie.
Nice to meet you, Marie. He looks
Three.
Nice to meet you, 3. Looks towards Cabal and then moves to Thayrin.
I introduced myself before!
No, that's why I moved on. Looks to Thayrin, who kind of, she glances over to, like, 3, kind of with uncertain eyes.
3 just shrugs. She's a friend.
Yes, but what is your friend's name?
No, go on, tell him.
Fakerin.
Jemima.
Jemima.
He's making an insight check right now, just so you know. He's gonna take a moment, walk over to a bookshelf, pull off a book with Faerun Gladeweaver down the side.
Faker, we've been had.
Look at the cover, which has a painting of Faerun Gladeweaver on. Look up towards the mannequin. What? Just watch. What? Is this guy?
It's a long story.
Magic.
Isn't this a magic college? This sort of thing shouldn't surprise you.
It's just Faerun Gladeweaver, like, you know.
Yeah.
It's just Faerun Gladeweaver. She's been dead. How did you get Faerun? What? You got Faerun Gladeweaver?
The bootleg version.
What is this? This is very important that you answer me properly right now.
A friend.
God.
I mean,
Yeah.
Faker, why didn't you explain to just explain to the in the smallest amount of detail?
Faerun is going to step forward and explain in the simplest terms she can what she is, and he is going to kind of start, like, lifting her arms up, inspecting, like, inside her mouth, kind of tap on the side of her. Albeit, is a mannequin, but it has been given life. That is absolutely incredible. And so this is the clone spell, and that is usually. Oh boy, this is problematic.
Are you implying that the spellcaster has to be alive to keep that spell going?
No.
Okay.
But the implication is that that Faerun Gladeweaver, that not this one soul, is somewhere on this plane still. As usually the clone spell is set up so that once someone dies, they have a body to return to.
You saying she might actually be Faerun Gladeweaver?
No. If it was Faerun Gladeweaver, it would know.
Okay, right.
That can only mean two things. One, Faerun Gladeweaver isn't dead, or two, Faerun Gladeweaver died and her soul is captured somewhere.
God, I hope it's not in that weird goblin we found in the ring.
Don't worry about it.
I am. He looks like genuinely a little bit concerned.
We have good adventures.
I'm really
We
glad
are.
you.
We just tell this guy who we are. We're the champions of Eldar.
Yeah.
That's why we've got a clone of Faerun Gladeweaver.
This is a lot of information I've just received. I am. Wow. I mean, congratulations. First off,
I mean, have you ever heard of there being perhaps 5 champions of Eldeath? And like,
That's a good point. Is there ever another one mentioned?
I mean, not in what I've read. It's usually clerics of the churches of divination and whatnot. They're the ones that received those premonitions of you 4. But I don't understand why they wouldn't disclose the 5th.
Maybe there's something dangerous about the 5th member.
the theory was there was something dangerous about the 4th.
I don't know, wait. How
Yeah,
many more
actually,
dangerous can there be?
Imagine how extreme they could be.
Maybe it's not a danger then. Maybe it's something that people would use. Do you know what I mean?
Layers of subterfuge. I mean,
There are lots of
correct.
reasons not to tell the general public things.
Of course, the person that sent down the 4th member of the champions was the trickster god, you must know. If he already slipped by a 4th member, there's always chances that he's done more. I'm sorry.
Paul crossly folds his arms and is like, "You're not going to believe me now, but that is exactly what I was going to say."
No, great minds, I understand. You must understand this is a lot of information for me to take in one go, and I have to go tell the headmaster.
Hey, you know what? How about you just kind of keep it between us for now? Like, you maybe keep it to yourself.
I am going to tell the headmaster this. No? He's
No,
good.
but
He's
like,
a good man.
Is it a problem?
I understand that, but the thing is, the more people know this, the more people know, and I've just come to the realization that the less people know, the better.
That is understandable.
Do you not think if there's something big coming in the world that the people probably deserve to know about it?
I personally
Not-
believe that, but I also believe that there are certain people that shouldn't know as well.
Yeah, and I'm thinking maybe big bureaucrats. You'll.
I am
Your
concerned
guy.
to make our work more difficult.
But we need to keep this on the down low until we're ready and we know who our allies actually are. And I'd like you to at least give us a chance to meet your headmaster before Slick. If that's
Maybe get at least one of the legendary weapons under our belt before, we start talking to
like,
town criers and tweeting.
I understand. I'll keep it to myself now, yes? But
yes.
if you ever need help from us, I will have to let the headmaster know so that he can authorize any of our resources being used. But for now, I can provide you with anything you may need for today.
Okay, we still just want to have a look at these books.
Yes,
Yeah,
of course. I mean, I feel like I'm kind of overplaying what you need right now. I have a few things to look into now, of course. But I promise you, my lips are sealed.
Can I just do I believe him?
Yeah, insight check.
13.
You believe him?
Okay.
If you do find anything about the 5th champion, could you come and let us know?
Of course, that was on my to-do list under find out if Thayrin Gladeweaver is still alive, find out what we're supposed to do when champions show up, but then 5th champion.
Keep us in the know if you find anything out.
I will. All the best. Enjoy the library. Bye. And he kind of like turns on his heel and panicked runs down the halls.
He seemed nice.
Yeah, look, I know I'm biased from
Yeah.
wizard to another, but these people could be strong and wise allies for us.
I know that. I'm just, you know, like, as far as I'm concerned, like, I haven't even really woke up yet today. So,
Understandable.
The more people know, maybe the more people will be able to help out your family.
I did agree what you said about us finding the weapons, but then after that, potentially going public might be helpful to us. Also concerned about them very aggressively trying to find out who's not champion in our group.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
I like you all a lot, and I kind of don't want to answer that question yet.
Maybe it's the 5th one that's the bad one. Maybe they were wrong.
That's
Yeah,
might be.
maybe the real traitor was the friends we made. Oh,
I don't want them torturing us to find out who's evil. Do you know what I mean?
yes.
because you're already evil one, and you don't want.
Because it's me! And I don't want that,
Yeah.
I just don't want. I don't want other people getting involved with that in case they get violent. Is what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it very eloquently, but that's what I mean.
No, I feel you.
Agreed.
I feel you.
Also, as I mentioned before, I suspect whoever the traitor is probably doesn't know.
Yeah, I think that's the case as well. You're all way too nice to be secretly feeling.
These guys say this, I push over a bookshelf. And I'm just like, I'm sick of this institution. I'm going to sit outside. And Cabal leaves the library.
I think 3 would try and stand back up the bookshelf, but with a strength of -1, probably not do a very good job.
I'll try and help out, actually.
Oh wait, I'll cast my cantrip on you to double your weight because it gives you like advantage on strength or something. So he just gets really hench all of a sudden.
Mhm.
Cool. Roll strength 3.
5.
It's
With advantage.
it must be like iron bookshelves or something. You don't understand it.
I don't know
So
how
you're,
Cabal does this.
Your movement is slowed for like the next minute or so. I apologize.
Yeah, 3 would then try and just move away from the bookcase as he's used to, and then just kind of like feel his arms kind of weighing down.
Yeah.
You do you know those steps when you put like socks on a cat so they do like really weird long stomps.
3 would like try and not draw attention to it, so he'd just like be confused and not really understand what's going on.
Put my wand away and act like nothing happened.
Do we have any books that we're specifically looking for while we're here? Or
Yeah, I'm after the Feywild, or just books about the Fey. Or I suppose about Graviturgy magic as well.
yeah, cool.
Mind alterings. Like, stuff.
Just anything that looks even remotely interesting.
Picture books.
Cabal had intended to look for books, but he's genuinely having a fit of pique. And is stomping the halls with his arms crossed.
Pretending that he's stomping his way to the exit, but he doesn't remember which way it is.
Yeah, he's angrily sightseeing.
So, the ones I can definitely do, there is a book about the Feywild. It is a kind of combo book about the Feywild and the Shadowfell and how they kind of like interact with each other. There is a book about mind-altering spells. And yeah, there are interesting books, Ed, but that's like a big net that you've just thrown.
3 blows the dust off the leather cover of 1001 Best Jokes.
Better open up puns.com, Joe.
I'll send you what was in the books independently between now and next session, just so that I'm not reading out a big chunk of text to you. Anything else, or we happy moving on to evening for now?
Mm-hmm.
After having a peruse of some of the books, you pick back up a fuming Cabal outside the academy. You start back up the 30-minute walk down to Hagar.
On the walk, could I just maybe discuss some of the things I've found in my book with Cabal? Just like
Yeah.
fun facts. Maybe we'll have a little chat about it.
In that case,
It's in his interest as well.
I'll send it across to both of you.
Thank you.
Awesome. So, as you reach Hagar, it's kind of reaching evening time. The sky's kind of settling into a deep orange colour as the sun starts setting. I assume you guys are heading straight to the campfire to meet up with Jana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's stood outside it. She seems kind of like well equipped to go off and do work. She's got a bit of armor on, bow over shoulder. Nods to you all and is like, "All right, you ready?"
Hi.
Always.
Just this way then. She leads you out of town, kind of like making an active note to see if you're being followed or not. Leads you through the forest, kind of heading north slightly. Veers suddenly to the right.
Do I get the vibe that she's like looking behind to see if we're followed for good reasons, or does this feel like she's kind of leading us a bit astray here?
Do an insight check on it.
That's a 7. I rolled a 2, so
You can't figure it out because like relations with this group ended on what seemed to be an uneasy note, so it could go either way right now.
okay.
But she continues leading you north and then kind of like veers to the right, heads back down south again, like she's kind of taken a roundabout route somewhere, and eventually you find your way to a glade. Very beautiful one, kind of rounded, all kinds of multi-coloured flowers. He looks at you all and is like, just further in that direction. Can't miss it. Big stone tomb. She kind of sits herself down, keeping an eye out on the surrounding area. I'll make sure no guards or anything come wandering in.
So you wait for us until we come out?
Aye.
Thank you.
Continue deeper into the glade. There is a feature area. Has a few statues of each of the champions around it. Is where a tomb would be. Is now just missing earth, like someone has come up and lifted the tomb out of the ground, leaving just a perfect indent in the ground where it once was.
Cool. Fine and cool and normal.
How freshly dug does the earth look?
Make an investigation check.
What do we do now?
So I guess we go home 3. I'm 11.
I mean, like there's some stuff growing at the base of, like, the bottom of this new hole. Hard to give an exact amount of time, but maybe a while.
What if it's the 5th one of us, and they're trying to get to them all first?
Even if they were a champion, they wouldn't need all 3, surely. You can only use 1 at a time. But I mean, I take your point.
Maybe there's more.
The one someone else has is one we can't use.
I mean, you can't just pick up a tomb and then...
Yeah, why would they take the whole tomb?
So, this might be a little bit abstract, but I'd like to kind of try and step back a little bit.
Yeah.
And look at, like, the site that's not there. Did you say that it's like a rectangular plot that's been... What I want to know is, does it look like it has been dug simply, or does it look like an AoE removal?
Yes,
Like-
that's what's strange about the situation. It seems perfect. It seems like the edges are flat downwards and then flat across. It doesn't look like someone's dug around the edges and then got a team to lift it.
Oh, in which case, can I cast Detect Magic?
Yeah, go for it.
As a ritual, it would take me 10 minutes.
Drumming my sides for 10 full minutes.
Just
Yeah, it's
staring really, really hard.
Yeah, just hop around to see if like, there's any debris that kind of off, just getting an idea of a direction they might have been lifted out of.
Yeah, cool. Make an investigation check. I'll just go over what Arabella sees with her Detect Magic.
Sure.
So, first off, what you see is a large surrounding area in this glade has a lot of wards on. They seem to be conjuration wards. They appear to be what stops people from getting in, but it appears that, looking back, Janna has found one space that has been neglected. There isn't a spell going at the moment on it. It's not got magic on it at the moment, but it's a residual part of magic. Usually you can't get a read on something unless it's present anyway, but this magic was so strong that it's kind of left the essence of itself in the ground.
I will relay that to the party.
Marie, what did you get on your investigation?
6.
It's weird.
Marie's trying to look, Cabal's like, and I thought it was very rude. Be like, "Pure magic? Honestly? Like, how was it even different?"
I like your magic, Cabal.
I do! I druidcraft the smell of a dead rat.
It's very nice.
Yeah, free. So, as the one person not casting a spell, you watch your two friends kind of like go up to the scene of the crime, kind of lean in, and then just start having a conversation for 10 minutes. And then after the 10 minutes, just be like, yeah, there's nothing.
I feel like 3 would be like impressed anyway, just to see them using magic, and would be convinced that they, this is all just part of the act. It's all part of the spell.
It's an important spell for the investigation, clearly.
Mhm.
So, I suspect either someone's used magic to transport it, someone's either used magic to transport it, to destroy it, or to hide it, and it's still here.
Can you, and I'm gonna think about jumping down into the space where it should be. And maybe, if it is there. And then I'll look at 3 and Marie and be like, maybe if one of us jumps in and sees.
Okay, we could try maybe putting like a hand in before we go for full body submersion.
Good. And I'll take out the mage hand extendo grabber that I got from the Fairing Bladeweaver Museum gift shop. And I'd like to fire that down there
It's
to see.
Don't show a extendo grabber in the first act if it's not going to get more.
Check on extendo grabber.
You aim down into the hole, pull the trigger, and with all the force of an extendo grabber, it kind of extends down.
Slowly extend.
Feel the gripping motion at the height. You kind of like dip it a bit further in. Nothing happens to it. It's still there.
As a note, I didn't detect any magic currently acting on it, so I mean...
So the idea that it's still there and invisible was kind of already out. My mage hand is dirty now. Brush them off it.
What if it's moved? What if it's just been like
It has moved.
buried? No, but not very far. What if it's moved just like a little bit?
I don't think it's gone
Not
far
moved
either.
within 30 feet, because then I would have sensed shit, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can't just put a thing on a cart and travel it away. I mean, unless it's been teleported. But can you just do that? I mean, Arabella, can you just? You're the magic one.
I mean, you'd have to be a pretty strong spellcaster to just teleport something of that size, but theoretically, yes.
Would you have detected like a kind of residue or something if that had happened?
I did detect some kind of residue, but it was old enough that I couldn't tell like what school of magic it was, so I can't really tell whether it was transported or destroyed.
Can I head back towards Jan?
Yeah, of course.
She like still some like distance away from it.
She's back up the path, but she's just still sat, kind of keeping her eye out.
I'll wander back down and just look at her for a minute.
What?
It was gone.
What? The tomb can't just go. She's gonna, like, angrily stand up, walk over to where the tomb was, and be like, "What did you do to the tomb?"
I am going to insight check that
Yeah.
reaction on telling her that the tomb's gone.
Yeah.
Okay. 21.
Yeah, she's shocked. This is
Okay.
the one
It's
time I
legit.
kind of, like, hard, so it's kind of dropped down a bit.
Okay. I'll soften my stance slightly then. When was the last time you saw this tomb?
I've never seen it.
When was it that your family found the way in that you've just shown us?
I don't know. We've known it since the tomb was... Look, our family's a long-standing thing. We've known it for
I
a
don't
while.
know, I was just checking whether or not it was a recent discovery.
Who did we speak to?
Yeah, well, how do we file complaints?
You know people, right? Surely you know someone who can fix a missing tomb?
Fix this. Just bring a tomb back. Okay, sure.
Maybe.
I'll just get the tomb finders.
That would be ideal.
We'll wait here.
Hey, don't be so flippant. This was your act of goodwill.
And I did
Yeah,
it.
true. Now there's no goodwill.
She is going to make an investigation check around the area. And that is an 18. So she is going to kind of like start touching the grass around the area. And then she's going to sell on one bit. Over here. Footprints. A lot of footprints. They're
How
not,
did we miss that?
they're not recent. I can tell you that much. They're not fresh, but without a lot of feet going over here, that still remain. Looks
Maybe
like
it was just
we're-
lifted up with magic and then carried off as opposed to teleported, which is marginally better.
potentially.
I mean, did the footprints go away from here?
I think we follow them.
Do they go like deeper in? They presumably don't go back the way we came, right?
They do go past one of the wards into the Yigtium forest.
Correct.
You could just go out from the entrance that she showed you in, and then pick up the trail from where the
The
ward
footprints
is.
go
Yes.
through one
They
of the
go
walls.
through the wards.
Yeah, no, I agree with Jana. I think we should follow these footprints. It's the only
Yeah.
clue we've got.
Cool.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
Roll gang.
For the time we've got for this week's episode. But before you go, I just want to thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave us a like if you like what you just saw, and make sure you subscribe so you never miss out on any of the adventure.